How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the skins this week, and it's a lot of hoodies this week. A lot of hoodie pant sets, like you'll see. So starting off, we've got the Wild Hide set version 2, and as you can see, it's completely redone. As we zoom in, you can see the new colors really complement it quite well. And this is just a really nice hide set. And I know a lot of people don't really use hide, but I could see a lot of people wanting to buy the set for the short period of time that they do use it to have a really nice looking skin. Next up, we've got a hide poncho for you, and this one is the Satanist poncho, I guess. Might need a different name because they usually try to stay away from kind of like religious stuff and so forth. But also any kind of crosses on skins, that's another thing that's kind of an iffy thing, so usually try to avoid that. I don't think this one has any. Yeah, no. We're good. Looks like it's just a bunch of runes. So yeah, there you go. But as you can see, there's a bunch of different runes on here, and it has a glowing and a non-glowing version. So yeah, that's kind of weird with clothing, but it looks really cool with this one. Maybe something a little more appropriate for Halloween, but definitely very sick. Next, we've got a continuation in the Corrupted set with the Corrupted jacket and leather gloves. So the leather gloves have that same kind of bone structure going through with that kind of like digital look to it. Same thing here, we got the kind of 8-bit arms going on and the whole kind of skeleton going on back here, which looks quite cool. Definitely a nice continuation to the set. But it isn't our only jacket this week. There's also the Rainbow Pony jacket. So yeah, gonna be a tough choice for Hulk. I know one of these will probably make it in because they're so popular, and Hulk usually does pick from those sets. But man, that's gonna be a tough one. Or maybe we won't get a jacket at all. Who knows? Sometimes it's very, very different. But here's hoping we get quite a few skins again this week. Here is, you know, the clouds and the poop and rainbows, and then the bandana itself is a horse nose with the puking rainbow coming out of it, so it turns you into the puking horse. And then on the back, you've got the hoodie with the puking horse and, well, the mane back there. So yeah, you gotta love this set. Next up, we've got a little bit more of the fishing stuff this week, of course, because of that big update we just had. And this is the Anglers Club hoodie by Positive. And yeah, you can see it's just got this kind of, you know, very kind of elegant look to it. Got that big old Anglers Club on the back. Definitely a unique set. And even some dog tags there on the undershirt. Or around the undershirt, I should say. Next up, we've got a continuation in the comics set from Legacy. And it's a comics hoodie and pants. And yeah, I don't know if we'll see this one pop in. For clothing, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's very simplistic, and I think a lot of people like that, but we kind of already have simplistic white stuff. So I don't know, we'll have to see. You know, this might work with a different color, but then the whole rest of the set's white, so that'd be kind of weird. We'll just have to see. And this is smack only. Yeah, I love that. So it still has some of that little kind of dry humor to it. Definitely looks cool for the simplistic design, but we'll have to see how that goes. Next up, we've got a continuation in the Forest Raiders set. And this is version 2, and there is a version that also has a logo, but Hulk hasn't been picking the logo one, so we'll probably get the logo-less version. You know, with the Desert Raider, that's how he went, so I'm assuming the Forest one will go the same, if that's how it goes. One way or another here, you can see that it's got lots of pockets, and man, this thing blends in really well into the forest biome. And of course, this is the logo, so if we get it, that's what it would be, but most likely that probably won't be there, if this gets accepted. Next up, we've got something a little bit different, more on the artsy side. This is the Rising Moon hoodie and pants by White. And yeah, it's a continuation of their Rising Moon set. It kind of has this kind of rubber protected look to some of it. Maybe kind of like a polyurethane or something. I don't know. Maybe even kind of, you know, cheap looking Kevlar. One way or another, it's kind of cool looking. It could be neoprene. Who knows? One way or another, now I'm just naming stuff off. Definitely a very beautiful looking set. Love that big starscape on the back of it. Next up, we've got the Pyro set. And this one is right there ready for you. It's made by Stabby, B3D, and Voitura. So it's a triple team on this one. And as you can see, you've got a 451 there on the side. You've got some gray, white, and black flames against the red outfit, which is a little bit different from what you normally see. You got some kind of cool padding and straps going on, and then on the back here you've got another flame and some padding. And then down here you can see the flame is also on the one side of the pants. So yeah, it definitely kind of adds some asymmetry to it. Last, for our hoodies, we've got this stealth set for you. This is the Stealth Line hoodie and pants by Depreciator, and as you can see, a lot of details went into making this look really cool. There's a lot of different sections to it, even some kind of armored looking pieces, but I don't think it's too armored for it to, you know, be accepted as a hoodie. And oh my goodness, chicken, really? Then down here you can see some more pads there on the knees and lots of strapping going on, and definitely very cool. The only thing is it kind of looks like a plate carrier on the back here with that. That might be something Hulk doesn't like, but man, look at this hoodie. Has like kind of like a goggles thing going on. I really wish we could flip up hoodies. They would be just so cool. Next up, we've got a road sign set for you. It's the fish set. And well, we've got the fish can and the fish vest for you. It's got those big old fish lips cut in there, even with a hook still in them. And the eyes are up top on the coffee can. You got all sorts of like hooks and so forth going on. It just fits the set really well. Netting, you even got a big old fish strapped to your back there. Definitely a great continuation in this hilarious set. And lastly, for our clothing and armor, but not least, we've got version 2 of the Hypnotic Steel set. And this one, like the other ones, have been redone with this kind of a metallic purple and cyan kind of thing going on. And depending how light hits it, it kind of, you know, goes from purple to blue to gray. You can kind of see the shift here, which is quite nice. And yeah, definitely looks much nicer. I think it brings out, you know, a little more detail to it, not just another gray armor set kind of thing. And yeah, definitely very nice design. Next up, we've got a long list of deployables for you. Starting out with some cool sleeping bags. This is the Seal Sleeping Bag by Evan. And yeah, it definitely has this really cool tactical look to it. Lots of straps, extra zippers, and so forth, and pouches, and definitely something that fits into the world of Rust quite well. I can see a lot of people liking this one if it made into the store. Next, over here, we've got some fishy stuff for you, starting out with this octopus sleeping bag. This is the Depth Danger sleeping bag by Fora. And yeah, it's got this really cool kind of octopus on there and some sea stars. Definitely something in line with the last update we've had. Next, we've got some shark bags for you, because of course, sharks are the newest mob and everyone loves or hates them. So you've got to jump right into it. This one is the Shark Sleeping Bag by Vase, and you can see the teeth are actually kind of carved out. I think that's a really cool effect. Kind of looks like you'd really be going into a shark mouth. Definitely love the detail put onto it there. And then over here we've kind of got its cartoon version brother, so to say. This is the Shark Kiss Mag by Fresh, and this one is just the same kind of idea, but with a more cartoony kind of, also pool floaty kind of look to it. And yeah, definitely looks more like a kid's kind of toy, or you know, float, blow up kind of thing. And yeah, definitely love the contrast between these two. Next over here, we've got some small boxes for you, starting out with one for the fish, of course. This is your fish box by Ideal. And yeah, you can see there's a fresh fish every day with that sun perch there, some bait on the side this way up, and yeah, just a picture of the various new fish that have been added into the game. Then over here, we've got a small box for you. This is the Medicines box. And this one is brought to us by Satis, and yeah, I don't know if Helk would probably want that changed to medicine, not medicines, because, you know, I think in Rust it says meds or medicine mostly on boxes, so just for, you know, continuation there. Definitely love the kind of like green camo kind of painting around it. It's simple, but nice. Next over here, we've got another one for you. And this is a beautiful little seed box. It almost kind of looks like it's made out of kind of like an iron. And then you've got the various little seeds on it. And then the seeds itself has a little light. And then on the sides, it has two little lights. It looks really, really nice at night. So we'll be sure to go ahead and show that to you. Next, we've got a big old glowy box. This is the X-Ray scrap storage box. So this is the start to a set, I believe, which would be the X-Ray set by Hatson, and this is the first one, which would be the scrap storage one. Next, we've got, I believe, the third box in the set from Zuff. This is the meds container. As you can see, it says meds right there, and there's a little med stick in the picture. Same thing on the sides here. And it still has that really, really nice cargo drop look to it, which is quite nice fitting into Rust. Next, we've got ourselves a locker for you, and this one looks like it's made out of Wicker. They've done a really, really good job at it, and this is, of course, Killer's Wicker locker. Look at that. Can you imagine weaving something like this? Oh, hands, blisters. Next over here, we've got some doors, as you can see. Starting out with this one right here, we've got the Spirit of the Village door by Disney. Has a very friendly little look to it for a nice little wooden door. I love how it's broken up very differently from usual. Then if you check it out in the back here, you've got the same thing, and my hand clipping through the screen in the corner. I was like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, yeah, me. Gotta love that. Next, we've got the Don't Raid empty inside door from Ariata, and we've got the single door, so hey, it wouldn't be too surprising to see this double version make it in. This is one of those things that's rusty and crusty, and it just fits Rust, and it's so simple, but everyone feels it. It's blood-soaked, and just anyone could have made it, you know? It's something that you could believe someone in Rust painted, is what I mean. Next, we've got some artsy doors, starting out with this one right here. If you look carefully, there is a mean skull in there. This is the Skeleton Metal door by Vitalik, and it is absolutely beautiful at night, so we'll be sure to show that to you here shortly. Next, we've got another beautiful carved out glowing door. This is the Twilight Hunter metal door by Dukes. And again, this one is really going to shine at night. Honestly, they all will, so we're kind of just going to name them, move along, and then show them at night. Next, we've got a continuation in the 4 Spirit set by M Demon, and this is therefore the 4 Spirit sheet metal door. Then over here, we've got one made of all sorts of submarine parts. This is the Sea Bottom metal door by Kiva. Then next over here, we've got the Underwater Lab door by La Crembe. Definitely fits right in, looks like one of those lab doors, and yeah, if you're digging that update, I could see a lot of people getting this one if it made it in, especially since it goes with the sheet metal really well. Next over here, we've got a very cool looking door. This is the Steel Portal. And this one here, it just kind of pulls you in, and I think that's why it's called a portal, because the longer you stare at it, the more it feels like it's kind of pulling inward. Anyways, moving along, we've got the Roommate door by Zimic, and yeah, it's got these little Hazzy guys, and you can see there's like a number 1 on the chalkboard, and yeah, there's just all these nice little details there. I believe this is a start to a set. That way people can kind of differentiate their doors in a clan base, which I think is a pretty cool looking, or cool thought for something in game. Next, we've got some double sheet metal doors, starting out with this Black Light Beauty. This is the Black Light version 2 double sheet metal door by Slime Phase. And as you can see, there's all sorts of sharks on it now, and the art's been updated, the glow has been updated, so we'll be sure to get to that here quickly. Speaking of glow, here's another door that definitely looks really, really cool. This is the Black Forge door by Johnny Oldboy, and it has that very kind of orcish vibe. He's had an old set that a lot of people really liked that had an orcish vibe, and it sold quite well, so hey, maybe this may revive it. I could see a lot of people definitely grabbing this one if it made it in. Next, we've got a garage door for you. This is the Bait and Tackle Fishing Club garage door by Andy Boo. And definitely fits with the theme. I love the shark. The colors look really great at night. Definitely a really nice one. And last but not least, we've got a submarine deep sea armor door by Vitalik here. And yeah, you can just see, this thing is very beautiful. Definitely fits the game quite well. All right, let's check out those glows. Look at that. Love that forge look. Look at that black light. Absolutely awesome. We can cruise on down to this one here. All the little tiny lights light up with their own little kind of like emission range. These are just mean looking. Look at that. So cool. Very, very cool. We cruise on down to the scrap box here. And then there's that seed box. You can see it has such a nice little glow. Even kind of looks like it's shining through the box. Very, very nicely done. And I believe that does it for our glows. Next, we've got a very tropical coral rock for you. This is, well, the Coral Rock by Anathin. It does have a glow and a no glow version, so I'll be sure to show you that at the end of the video, as we always do. And you can even see that right there by the left thumb, there's a little clownfish poking out. Next, we've got a combat knife for you, and this one here is meant to look like a shark. Yes, this is a combat knife blind shark. Definitely something more fitting with the shark update here, and definitely a cool and simple design. Next, we've got a couple bows for you, starting out with this rainbow kind of crystallized bow. This is the Rainbow by Call Me Tommy. Okay, this is Rainbow. Okay, I'm not sure about that one there. One way or another, definitely a very cool looking bow. Next, we've got another bow for you to look at. This is the Mandala Hunting Bow by Anubis Dank. And it does have a glow version, so stay tuned to the end of the video to see that. It's kind of like a very faint emission, which is quite nice looking. Last in this group, we've got a crossy for you. And this one is the Middle Age Crossbow by Shia. And yeah, it definitely looks like it's made from some older materials and so forth. Definitely has a cool design to it there, but a little bit more kind of updated things. Go ahead and do a reload. And there we go. Next up, we've got a couple pythons for you, starting out with this one right here. And this one is all ready to razzle dazzle you. This is the Cold Heart Python by Raven. Love those diamonds up in the front. Definitely has kind of like a new look to it, but an old kind of, you know, gangster razzle-dazzle to it. That's all I can really say. Go ahead and pop a reload. Man, there's even diamonds on the cylinder, guys. Definitely a snazzy gun. Next, we've got an artsy python for you. This one is a continuation in the Deep Dive set by Retro. We got the Deep Dive water pipe, so maybe we'll get this python. And honestly, I love the horrified eye, the way it just stares into you. Definitely love that. And then the barrel, just, that looks so cool. I love the cut into it. It's just a unique design. It's always cool when people make something just very unique from the usual. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some more of those kind of like ribbed tentacles kind of going on. Go ahead and do a reload for you. Next, we've got a SAR for you, and this one's got brains all over it. This is the Brainstorm SAR by M. Verona. And there you go. Or Mr. Verona, I believe, sorry. Yes, Mr. Verona. Aiming down the sights there, there's a little bit of brains, and then some kind of just dark iron sights. Nothing too special to iron sight there on the detail, but the brain is definitely quite cool. Next, we've got continuation in the lightweight set with the lightweight SAR. This one here has a lot of kind of like details that pop through with that lightweight design. Again, the barrel is very kind of custom, you know, cut. You can see the spring, just lots of little things that really make it look quite nice. The straps look like metal. It's just done very, very well. Go ahead and aim down the sights here, and you got silver sights and kind of what looks like a honeycomb air vent. And there we go. Next, we've got a custom for you, and this one here is the Zen Labs SMG by Morpheus. And it's always nice, I always say this every time, but it is really nice to see people take stuff from the game and kind of implement their own little lore and so forth to it. And yeah, the Zen Labs custom definitely looks cool. You got a big old Z right there and some bright shiny iron sights. Last in this group, we've got an AK for you, and this one looks like a sub with a shark painted up on the side of it. This is the Submarine AK by Andre. Definitely very cool. Love all the detail to it. The wood even looks aged, like it's been at the sea a little bit, you know, or at least weathered by ocean, I would say. Not really in water, but weathered by ocean. Definitely love the details to this. Next up, we've got the No Mercy M39 version 2, and a lot of stuff's been shifted around, like where the wings are. The grip in the front has been changed up a little bit, some of the colors here and there, and it just looks so much more fresh. There's a lot less white space, and yeah, I think the color change up just really makes this thing pop a lot better. Maybe Helk will pop, but then it is a very popular set, and I feel like I just said pop like 18 times in a row, so hey, why not say it again? Pop, pop, pop. One way or another. Hey, the gun kind of sounds like it goes pop. So, there we have it. There's the sights. There you go. Next, we got two L9s for you, and this one is a very curious one. This is the translucent L96 by Duck, and it does kind of have a translucent effect. Obviously, you can't make a see-through gun in Rust. Skin-wise, at least. You know, we do have that kind of effect with the squirt guns, but skinners can't do that, unfortunately. So this is probably as close as you can get to the kind of like look of it a little bit with the shaded kind of plastics, and I think that's whoops, definitely a very cool look. Then we've got one more L9 for you. This one is the Basebreaker L96 by MDE, and yeah, it's just a nice continuation in that bright pinks and purples. Definitely something for the roof camping Chad. Go ahead and do a reload there. And that's going to do it, guys. So sound off down in the comment section below which ones you're hoping will make it in this week the most, and we will hopefully get to see those. It looks like we've got a wolf pack coming in back there, and that chicken finally disappeared, which is nice. But that's going to do it. Stay rusty, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the few guns that glow.